There are two types of games that I usually play. Gacha games and horror games. What if I told you there was a horror gacha game? Psyche here has a video called What Does a Horror Gacha Game Look Like? Now, before you'll jump the gun here, this is a game that I have heard so much about. Genazad has heavily recommended I play this game, and I saw a bit of gameplay of it today, and it looks really fun. So, we're gonna check out this video.
There are gacha games out there that make you laugh, some that make you rage.
Is this Limbus?
And a few others make you goon.
Yeah.
But what about a gacha game that scares or creeps you out? My fascination with the last week or so has been this quaint little title just released this month called...
Now, it is also on PC. I know we're seeing the mobile format here, but it is also available on PC, I'm pretty certain, in like the fucking landscape, vertical.
Wizardry Variants
Horizontal.
Daphne. After getting tipped off on this, I tried it out and wow. This has got to be one of the most unique and slightly unsettling experiences I've had in a gacha game. Join me in this spooky season as I talk about as close as what a horror gacha game looks like.
Interesting, okay.
My name is Psyche, and let's dive into the abyss.
All I know about this game is it's basically a dungeon crawler. Psyche. All right,
now, if it's not clear already, this game is only available on phones and only available in portrait mode.
Huh? Wait, but I saw Genazad played it today not in portrait mode. I'm confused.
There's literally no way to make it widescreen. But hey, I review mobile games here, so...
Wait, this was also 8 months ago. Maybe they changed it. It's on Steam now? Base, dude. Okay, so it is available in horizontal mode.
You kind of already signed up for this. And before all the smartasses in the comments say, well, Wizardry is not a horror game. It's a dark fantasy dungeon crawler. Yes.
Okay.
I know. From a conceptual standpoint, the phrase horror gacha game...
Is that...
I know. From a conceptual standpoint,
Is that a freaking skeleton furry? Oh, it's a mask, right? It's a mask. The
phrase horror gacha game makes sense in a sentence, but realistically, how would that even be done?
True.
Something like this is sort of akin to what Yoko Taro refers to as the invisible barrier in gaming. I mean, on paper, it doesn't sound impossible, but even if you found some way to make a horror gacha game work, would it...
You know what it kind of reminds me of when looking around like this? That one game that came out that was like a battle royale. What was that? Darkest Dungeon, was it called? It kind of reminds me of that.
Be any good? What would I even pull for? My sleep paralysis demon?
Jesus.
So yes, I know
I'd pull for her.
This game obviously
Dark and Darker, that was it.
Isn't a full-on horror gacha game, but it's close to one as I've seen so far.
Okay.
So what is Wizardry? Well, the franchise started out as a first-person dungeon crawler featuring a 6-character party with turn-based combat. The franchise started all the way back in the 1980s, and while I don't have nearly enough knowledge on retro gaming, I did watch this really cool video detailing its retrospective.
I will always enjoy games where you get stat distribution points like this, by the way. I think it makes for some very unique builds. You know, like where you can put points into strength or luck or wisdom, intellect, things like that to make like magic builds or even combine builds together. Think Skyrim, for example, bro, or Elder Scrolls in general, when you can put points into like the like sword play and magic to become a magic knight blade and stuff. Love that kind of shit.
The game also features various RPG elements like classes and moral alignments. One major
moral alignment
standout, as you might imagine from the games during the arcade era, Wizardry is hard.
Okay.
Like, you had to be really strategic and know the game well to have some degree of success. Despite looking very primordial in its design, its use of stat allocations, class systems, and focus on exploration arguably influenced a lot of the popular gaming titles we know today, such as Shin Megami Tensei and Dark Souls.
Damn, okay.
But we're not here to talk about
a Souls-like gacha.
Times. It's time to talk about the wizardry that runs on our phones. So what is Variants Daphne about? Well, you play as an unknown, presumably male, adventurer, delving in a dark dungeon. You're chased by a mysterious ghost and unfortunately
smash or pass.
Perish after being outmatched.
Sick.
After your flesh rots away with time, reducing to nothing but bones, an otherworldly voice whispers to you, and your body miraculously materializes itself.
Wait, bro, this does remind me of Dark Souls, bro. Waking up in the prison
cell. Not all the way,
cell.
since you now look like a ghoul. Having no recollection of who you were, you wander around the dark dungeons and encounter a mysterious figure. The figure turns out to be an ethereal young lady called Lulu Narde.
Of course it does. Of course it does, bro.
Interesting name. She explains that you're trapped in the Abyss, a massive dungeon that surfaces in the living realm every every 100 or so years. After wandering around some more, you encounter a broken guardian statue. Placing your hand on it, you realize that you have the ability to restore
Wait, this game has QTEs? Quick time events?
a broken item back to its original state. There's a minigame for this where you simply just have to tap the screen when the shrinking ring is inside the circle.
That's cool.
Worth noting that if you miss the timing, you actually take damage, and it is possible to die from this.
What?
After discovering a pile of broken armor, using your trusty right hand of reversal, the pile of junk
You can restore it and wear it?
restores to a set of gear, and you're able to equip it. There's a short combat tutorial, but at last...
You know what I love about this game, by the way? Bro, it's first person. You get to play as yourself, like the MC, and it's first person. That seems so fucking cool to me. In the scape of gacha games right now, first person just seems insanely cool.
You find
I don't
the
know.
exit to go outside. Lulu Narde, being in ethereal form, explains that she normally couldn't leave the parameters of the abyss.
Okay.
But after staying in close proximity to you, she realizes that she's in the parameters of the abyss. But after staying in close proximity to you, she realizes that she's able to explore the outside world after all. After defeating some bandits to don their masks so no one in town sees your hideous ghoulish face,
Smart, eh? Bit of a disguise.
you head to Civilization. It's there that you learn that the abyss was really caused by a powerful warlock that was banished to the deepest part of said abyss.
Bro, that's
The
kinda cool.
dungeon would resurface every 100 years, unleashing the monsters that dwell within to the outside world. It is said
Jesus.
that only the king has the power to seal it again, but he seems to have been lost in the abyss. And the
Okay.
princess is hiring
Wait until you learn how summoning works in wizardry. Bro, I'm going to imagine the summoning in this game is actually just grave robbing.
adventurers to rescue him. You speak with Knight Dylanhart. After learning that you came from the abyss yourself, he believes that you will be a great asset to the rescue attempt. The truth is,
Interesting.
the king was actually kidnapped by a beast inside the dungeon. And now, after a failed first expedition and exhausted of resources, the kingdom is calling worthy adventurers to assist. He gives you a coin pouch and advises you to prepare yourself to meet his team for a second expedition. This is where the shackles come off, and you're free to do whatever you want. Being that Wizardry has always had the 6-character party, how do we get more allies to join us?
Okay, with the
This
wishing
is where
system.
the gacha system comes in. Going into the nearby ruins, you may use a common or legendary adventurer's remains and resurrect them.
Oh
You
my
can
god, it basically is grave robbing.
also buy summon tickets, or just bones in this case from the jeweler,
Okay.
which is essentially just the cash shop.
Jesus, that's fucking expensive, bro. $130? Is this Canadian? Is this Monopoly?
One bone costs 200 gems, but there is a separate package that sells 11 bones for the price of 10, so you always want to buy this one. There's a couple other things for sale too, including gear, upgrade materials, and a few others. Anyways, adventure rarity is split into anonymous, general, or legendary tier.
5% for legendary tier seems very good, no?
I would just refer to them as R, SR, and SSR. The drop rates are 50, 45, and 5% respectively.
That seems
This
pretty
is a pretty
decent.
high rate for an SSR.
Yeah.
Though for any rate up banners, the rate up is 2%, so a little bit short of a coin flip. You get an exchange token per pull, and you can spark a pity at 100 pulls.
Okay.
But given the 11 bones bundle, it's realistically just for the price of 90 pulls. The exchange tokens do not carry over to other banners, though this game does not appear to have limited characters.
This character looks pretty cool, by the way.
According to the in-game info here, any rate-up character will be added to the general pool.
Wow, wait, that's huge. Wait, that's a great fucking thing. Huh? That's really good.
It's quite clear that the lower rarities have less effort put into them, as the
What happened to her?
pool. It's
Bro, what was that jiggle?
quite clear that the lower rarities have less effort put into them, as the Rs have generic names, are not voiced, and
Okay.
share a lot of the animations with the SRs. I was able to get a few legendary adventures, but honestly, they don't feel that much different from the rest.
I see.
From what I've gathered, some of the commons are
What happened to Gimli, bro?
pretty good too, so at least everyone's got their uses. I quite like the idea of how the gacha system is built into the lore, as you're essentially bringing back bones from the abyss to see who you resurrect.
Yeah, that is cool.
Once you have enough people, you have to register them into the Adventurers Guild, in which you can name them and allocate some stats. I just kinda YOLO these, but I'm fairly certain the stats will matter. And
More than likely.
the auto-allocate just dumps 1 point into everything. Each character is categorized by race, class, and moral alignments. These do matter, though I couldn't find the nuances during my week of playing. I have
Damn, so it's probably for endgame stuff then.
seen some people say their character build got bricked because they spec their stats incorrectly. I guess that's
Wait, like actually bricked? Wait, how do you fix it then?
one of the drawbacks of mimicking the old school style wizardry. Only problem here, you can't just reload a previous save.
Yeah,
You
true.
can put them into any spot in your party. And something I found is that certain skills will only work when they're placed into a specific spot.
Okay.
I just ran with a balanced team with all the classes and equipped them with whatever beginner gear I
Damn,
got.
dude.
After I went back and met up with Dylan Hart again and trekked back into the Abyss, I knew that this game was in a league of its own.
Yeah.
Usually with gacha games, there's typically a honeymoon phase where the game showers you with free stuff.
Please tell me this game just showers you with free stuff all the time.
May it be for upgrades, gear enhancements, or leveling. This game has no such honeymoon phase. It will not hold your hand. Even at level 1, the first floor of the Abyss, all the enemy encounters will already start to challenge you.
Oh, it's the opposite. Okay, nice.
If you didn't bring a priest that can heal or some potions, there's no way to heal your health, stamina, or magic.
What?
The only way to replenish it at this time is to leave the Abyss, go back to town, and sleep at the inn.
Jesus.
Being a dungeon crawler, you are not expected to breeze through everything. You kinda just have to figure everything out yourself and adapt to set expectations of what you can achieve in a single dungeon run. Your knights can
Okay.
defend on the front row, your thieves can warn you of any traps, and their high disarm stat makes it easier to open trap chests
Ah,
without
cool.
taking
Bro, I like how like QTEs are developed into this game. That's cool. Yeah, we'll be playing Expedition 33 later.
damage. Defeating enemies do grant XP, but neither you or your party will level up while inside the dungeon. You
Okay.
again have to go back to town and sleep at the inn to do that. At times, your party will call in a meeting to raise a toast, but also discuss how the last run went. Going into the inn, you can pick to stay a night at either the stable, which is free, or the rooms that cost more the more luxurious it is.
But do they actually provide any benefits at all?
I kind of felt bad letting my squad sleep in the stables, but this will allow everyone to recover their stats and level up.
Okay.
New skills are learned and the overall stats are increased. It wasn't until the second night in the stables that I found that it's possible for some of your gold to be stolen overnight. So
What?
after that, I started to stay in the economy room.
Bro, what if you're broke?
Gameplay-wise, you don't get any bonuses for this, but it just feels right. I
Yeah.
even tried staying in the room one tier above that, and nothing changes except for an attendant giving you some health potions.
Okay, so you sometimes get extra shit, I guess.
So I guess that's cool? Okay, so the Abyss is pretty unforgiving.
Okay.
How do I prepare better? Well, that's where the dailies and the gearing comes in. Directly from the Adventurers Guild, you can take on contracts that either require
These things look menacing, bro.
you to do
They're
something
like Dark
while
Souls
inside
enemies
the dungeon,
from
or just clear out mobs nearby.
the fire area.
Dailies can be completed pretty quickly and actually provides a lot of items to help you out. You can feed these XP tomes to your allies, but
Wait, the better room you stay in, you get more clean, which reduces ambush chance on you. Okay, that seems interesting.
even if they do level up, you
Basically, you stink less so enemies don't know you're coming.
still have to sleep at the inn again for it to take effect. You can either sell the equipment you salvaged for gold or enhance them. I never really got a good look on how to maximize the damage for each class, but there will definitely be some things that you can optimize.
Okay.
If you head into the training room, something else you can do is inherit the skills from other adventurers you pulled,
What?
like a passive stat boost or something similar.
Wait, that's huge. Wait, so they're kind of like Expedition 33.
This is essentially the game's limit break system. The lower rarities do have their uses here, so at least the fodder is more useful than some other games.
Interesting.
Now, I want to talk about one of Wizardry Variants Daphne's most infamous features, to the point of even stirring some controversy. And that feature being perma-death. It's possible to permanently lose a character you own.
Huh?
Each adventurer aside from yourself has a separate stat called Fortitude. It will decrease as you explore the dungeon with them, and more so whenever they trigger a trap or die in combat. It is possible to resurrect them in battle, but messing up the revival minigame will damage you and cause you to be paralyzed for a bit. Fortitude will go
What?
back up as time elapses in real time, so it sort of functions as a soft stamina system. Permadeath in general just isn't used often in gaming as a whole these
That's fucking awesome. Holy shit, that is so fun.
days. We have so many options that
Oh god, how do I feel about that though, that you can spend real money on the characters and lose? I mean, at that point, just don't fucking spend real money, am I right? Like, then it's on you. If you know about this fucking mechanic, like, you just don't spend money at that point.
unless you're specifically looking for a hardcore experience, losing your entire progress like this is really just gonna turn some people away.
Yeah, for sure.
If you couldn't resurrect an ally in the dungeon, you can go to the temple and do it there.
Okay.
However, the chance for a successful resurrection decreases as the character's fortitude drains. If it's fully depleted and the attempt fails, their remains will be reduced to ashes. If it
No
fails again,
way.
then they are gone for good. Luckily, there are many safeguards in place so that this will very likely never happen to you. Even if one's fortitude is really low, you can just spend some gems for a guaranteed resurrection. You would literally have to go out of your way to let your adventurer die over and over again to get their fortitude low enough, so this system is very likely not ever going to affect you.
Okay, that's cool. Although it would be cool if people did like a playthrough of basically if your character, like getting your characters purposefully to low fortitude, and then if they die, they're permanently dead, so you just cannot die. Or is the game like super fucking hard to the point where that's basically just impossible?
Being said, having this mechanic in a gacha game at all is, well, bound to raise some concerns.
Yeah.
I imagine that many gacha players, including myself, won't be too pleased to find that my hard-earned gacha waifu that I sunk time and money into just gets Thanos snapped out of existence.
God damn.
I'm fairly certain that a similar
Why would you do that? That's stupid. Fun. Challenge.
mechanic existed in the original Wizardry game.
And content.
Except when real money and microtransactions are involved, that's a little bit questionable. I myself believe that gacha games should not be aimed towards a hardcore audience. Other than optional challenge modes, the game should not have major difficulty barriers where players can get stuck for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, but I think the game should have the very difficult challenge modes for sure, especially mechanic based. Not boring. I love a good challenge, bro. Look at fucking Expedition 33 right now. Oh my god, it is so fucking fun having to learn new mechanics every single fight. Oh my god, I love it.
Usually when I say this, you're gonna get some comments saying how, oh Psyche, you're too soft. You just want everything to be in baby mode. Now look. For my first 3 years on YouTube, I made content on a roguelike game known
Expedition is mid? Yeah, there's the fucking door. It's alright, Freenman. I'm kidding. It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
for its difficulty. I enjoy playing difficult games. The major distinction is that they are not gachas.
True.
You have to understand that mobile games are casual in nature, so designing a game for a hardcore fanbase will attract a small and dedicated audience, but it's uncertain if that audience is enough to sustain the development of said game. Wizardry Variants Daphne is very unforgiving in its mechanics. It's as close to a hardcore gacha game as I've seen so far.
I kind of want to try it out.
Now, the marketing of the game being hardcore will get a bit thrown out the window if you can just pay microtransactions for boosts in progression.
True.
So, let's talk about this really quickly.
Wait.
There are two battle passes, the normal mission pass and the Savior the Risk pass.
Okay.
There are two different Explorers passes that give an additional dispatch slot, accelerated XP gain, better shop
okay.
deals, guaranteed resurrection attempts, and more inventory. On feature banners, you can also pull using a different Bones currency that's glowing purple. Pulling with these gives you the chance to also get the Raid Up Adventurer's weapon when you get them, whereas the free-to-play bones don't. This purple bone must be bought with purple gems, which must be bought with real money. I should mention that during the week that I played, the free-to-play income for gems isn't the most generous. I'm sure someone can make a decent
That's fucking insane. Obviously, gacha game has to have pay-to-win mechanics. Nah, the term pay-to-win has been thrown around so much, it's lost all fucking meaning. You're not winning shit for this. Pay to progress faster is a different thing entirely. But if you consider this pay to win, what the fuck are you winning? You're not winning jack shit. There's nothing to win. But that's just kind of crazy. Only being able to pull the character and the weapon together in the same pull being possible through paid currency is kind of wild to me. That I've never seen that done before, so I don't know how well received that was with the wizardry community, to be fair.
argument that these purchases are completely optional, but I mean, locking quality of life behind paywalls, microtransactions where you can literally buy good armor
We know how people feel about that.
and gear, low free-to-play income. The premise of the game is cool. It was on such a good hot streak. I just feel like this game could have been more. Like, all these things didn't have to be here.
Pay to win literally means winning against the game. You would think that, right? But the term pay to win is not used in that sense and pretty much never fucking has been, to be honest. The term pay to win is typically used in games where you can pay to get an advantage over other players, where it actually matters. In games like MMOs, for example, right? Where you playing with other players, you having the better stuff because you pay real money actually has an impact on the rest of the player base. Or, for example, in even single-player games that have leaderboards, whether it's PvP leaderboards or not, people will always argue that the game is pay to win if you can buy more things to give you an advantage on that leaderboard. If you are playing a single-player game, guys, if you are playing, just again, as a fucking example here, if you are playing a game like Skyrim, purely single player, and you can spend $10 on a weapon that does a shit ton of damage, and you beat the game with that weapon, I do not consider that pay to win. I'm sorry. I do not fucking consider that shit pay to win. Yes, you're winning against the game. You would be winning against the game anyway. Even in this game, you'd still be winning against the game. Even if it gives you an easier time, it's a fucking single player game. Does it really matter? That's not pay to win. At that point, bro, that's still pay to win to me. So is you buying a video game that costs $50 pay to win? Because you have to buy the game to beat the game? I do not understand that take at all. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Difficulty is one thing, but how does this game feel to play? What about its mood or atmosphere?
True.
And how does this compare to an actual horror experience? Well, one thing you might have noticed is the 3D models for the NPCs.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap your head around this.
Goddamn, bro.
Since recently huge titles have really...
$50 since when? Games at $80 now? Expedition 33 cost me $45. On sale, and even off sale it was 50, which is fucking crazy because it's like game of the decade.
Warped our perception of what is considered good mobile game graphics, but this is what one is supposed to look like. Even though the models don't look that impressive, where they really sunk their budget into is in the monster designs. You can't exactly see what's there when you explore, only a shadowy figure. They roam around the map and can detect and approach you.
So you don't know what you're gonna go in to fight?
If they sneak up on you, then they get the first hit. I've only explored the first 3 floors or so, and while there were some goblins and worms, it wasn't until a little bit further that
What if it feels absolutely dogshit to play without spending money? Is it pay to win then? Bro, you can call whatever you want pay to win. It is what it is. I'm just saying, I think my definition of pay to win and the vast majority of people's definition of pay to win is going to be very different because I just have a set definition in my head of what pay to win is. No, I don't think buying something to make the game feel playable is pay to win. I think it's fucking stupid, and you're basically paying to play. You're just paying to play at that point. You're not winning anything. What the fuck are you winning? Fun? You're not winning. There's nothing to win.
I saw some pretty abhorrent-looking monsters. Oh, but wait until you see the boss for that floor.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, clearly someone at the development team has been playing some Dark Souls.
Yup.
Aside from looking genuinely creepy to look at, these encounters are no joke. The tougher enemies can 100 to 0 you in like 1 to 2 hits if you're not prepared.
Jesus.
Only by finding these teleport points can you travel to and from town. If you're still a couple ways away from one, then you have to manually travel back while avoiding monsters. No fast traveling wherever you want.
That's kind of crazy.
You unlock some skills later to make traversal easier, but in this game, there's no farming stage, there's no replenishable stamina currency. Just dailies and your party to explore the decrepit abyss to uncover its secrets.
I assume, does the game have good story, or is it mainly just a dungeon crawling gameplay loop?
It's incredibly atmospheric and at times feels like you're fighting for your life. However, the launch of Wizardry Variant Daphne wasn't without flaws. Some players reported issues launching the game, movement glitches, server lag, and a few others.
Interesting.
I didn't have any problems myself, but I played a couple days after the release date when a day 1 patch was
good story, but not amazing. The story is peak. Fucking duality, bro.
completed. I did notice some animation glitches and untranslated text, but other than that, I didn't encounter any issues. From all the gachas released this year, Wizardry Variant Daphne's creepy and atmospheric environment caught my eye as one of the major
Wait, this is only like a year old? It came out this year?
standouts. Its old-school approach to its design distinguishes itself from pretty much any other gacha game I reviewed so far. You will be tested to your limits in the abyss. This is an experience that the hardcore audience will greatly appreciate, and I have to give some praise to Studio 2 Pro, the devs behind it for filling this niche in mobile gaming.
Hell
WVD
yeah.
gets my completely arbitrary first impressions rating of try it, though I highly hesitantly give that score. It's as close to a horror gacha game as I've seen, it's just I'm really not too sure about the monetization.
Yeah,
if you're gonna tailor to the hardcore audience,
the
then why give so many ways to buy shortcuts and power? Anyways, let me know how you made out with the game, or if you'll be trying it out at all. If you want to tune in for more gacha-related content just like this, you know what to do. Thanks for watching as always.
I'll probably give it a try at some point.
Out there.
I'd have to take a look. But it does seem like it'd be a fun game to at least give a shot, right? Even if it's just like a one-off. I don't know. Maybe I get fucking addicted to it, but yeah, it seems like a good game.